Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. We like to pick something interesting and just go deep on it. And today, we are going all the way to Nigeria, to the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts and Business Intelligence Experts.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
I don't even think I could say that one time fast.
NSDABE.
Oh, NSDABE.
There you go.
NSDABE. Okay. So we've got some excerpts here about what they do. And, we always like to ask the question, like, what's the problem? And then how is this group trying to address that problem?
Right.
So what's the problem in this situation?
Well, I think the big picture here is that Nigeria wants to grow its economy, wants to strengthen its society.
Yeah.
And they've realized that to do that, they need to get really serious about data.
Yeah. You got to be data-driven.
You have to have expertise. You got to have people who know how to collect data, analyze it, and use it to make good decisions.
Yeah.
And that's where NSDABie comes in.
So essentially they're trying to, they see a lack of, maybe the expertise isn't quite there yet. They're trying to build it up. Exactly. They're trying to build that up. They're trying to connect the people who do have expertise, and they're trying to spread this idea that data is powerful. Data can make a difference.
Okay. So they're building up this... they're trying to almost create this data expert workforce. So what's the result? What's the impact of that?
Well, we can actually point to some concrete examples. So for instance, they've worked with the Ministry of Health to analyze disease trends. And that has actually led to a 15% reduction in malaria cases.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty significant.
Yeah. Yeah. And they probably used, I'm guessing, some sort of predictive modeling there, right?
Well, most certainly, yeah. They use predictive modeling for other things like they work with agriculture to try to predict agricultural yields, which can help to prevent food shortages.
Wow. That's powerful stuff. So we're talking about actual tangible impact. You can really see it.
Real world results. Yeah.
It's not just we're making, some sort of vague improvement in the data sector. It's like people's lives are better because of this.
Exactly.
So, we talked about them kind of building this workforce. How are they actually doing that? What are some of the specific things? What's on their menu of services?
Well, they do a lot of things. So they offer training, they have workshops, they'll do one-on-one consultations if people have specific data challenges.
Oh, that's cool.
And they even offer personalized training, which is great because, a lot of people who are interested in getting into this field, they already have jobs.
Right.
They have busy lives. So the fact that they can tailor the training to an individual's needs is pretty cool.
That's nice.
And they also have this big annual conference called the Insight Exchange Conference.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of like the, the big event for data professionals in Nigeria to come together, network, share ideas, learn from each other.
I'm picturing a big conference hall.
Absolutely.
A bunch of people, suits milling about.
Yeah.
Handing out business cards.
Exactly. Lots of, presentations and workshops and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it sounds like they're really building up this strong community. So how many people were you talking about here?
Well, they have over 2,500 members.
Whoa.
Across 31 states in Nigeria.
That's impressive.
And these aren't just people who are interested in data. These are certified professionals. Some of them have been working in the field for over a decade.
Oh, wow. So they have some real veterans.
Yeah.
Some OGs of the data world.
Exactly. So it's a pretty significant group. And it's not just the numbers. It's the fact that they have this collective expertise that they can all draw on.
Right. And they can kind of help each other up.
Exactly.
And like you were saying, share ideas and... Yeah, that's powerful stuff. So I'm curious, though. It sounds like they have a lot of this activity focused in Abuja, which is the capital. Do you know if they're doing anything to reach out to communities in more rural areas?
That's a really good question. And I think that is kind of the next step for them. Obviously, Abuja being the capital, there's a lot of activity there, a lot of businesses, a lot of government agencies. But there's a huge need for data expertise throughout the entire country.
Right.
And so I think figuring out how to connect with those more rural communities is going to be really important for them to really fulfill their mission.
Yeah. To reach their full potential.
Absolutely.
But hopefully they figure that out. Sounds like they're doing some amazing work.
Definitely.
So for anyone listening out there who, maybe works in data, maybe is interested in getting involved in this world, how can they connect with NSDABE?
Well, they're pretty easy to find. You can reach them by email or by phone.
Okay, great. And they're based in Abuja?
They're based in Abuja, yep.
That's awesome. So, yeah, it sounds like they're very open to, engaging with people. And
very much so.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm starting to see a pattern here. We do a lot of these deep dives, and it seems like pretty much every field out there needs data.
Absolutely.
Data experts, like they're in high demand.
It's no longer a kind of optional thing.
No.
It's like every organization, every government agency, if you want to be effective, if you want to make progress, you got to have people who know how to work with data.
So listeners out there, think about this.
Mm.
What's your field? Is it, maybe you're in healthcare, maybe you're in agriculture or education or, whatever it is. Think about how data could be used to improve things, to make things better.
Yeah.
And is there a group like NSDABie in your region that's kind of leading that charge?
Maybe there is. And maybe there should be.
Yeah. Something to think about.
Food for thought.
Oh, all right. Until next time.
Keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.